super duper late. We good. We are great. Make sure we logged in. Peace, family. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Pop up live. Make sure you share. Peace and love, family. Make sure you share. Peace and love. Damn, already? All right, make sure y'all share. Peace, peace, peace. Make sure y'all get an extra device out if you can. All right, make sure you have an extra device out if you can. Make sure you share. Make sure you share. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Yes. DNA, all that. DNA, endorsing bills, security interest, contract rights, consumer rights, Equal Credit Opportunity Act, Bill of Exchange Act, Federal Reserve Act, Indentured Trustee Act. Family, it's the greatest time to be alive. All right? Greatest time to be alive. Greatest time to be alive. Okay? Greatest time to be alive. All right, so I just want to say peace and love to everybody. Thanks, everybody, for tapping in, for following. All right, if you purchased a course, we appreciate you. If you didn't purchase a course, we appreciate you. All right, today we're going to go over a few things. All right, just a few reminders and also some information as well. All right, for the first couple announcements, the first announcement is, remember, all fathers and all mothers that are on child support, me and Dev Hawk has a class August 10th and August 11th. Family, that's next weekend. All right, tap in. If you are having issues with child support, tap in. All right, we got Dev Hawk in the building, okay? In the building. And I'm going to talk to Dev and see if we can go live tomorrow. All right, so we can give some more beans on what's in store, all right, for next weekend. All right, make sure. Remember, family, if you're tired of the system beating on you, there's a way out. Okay? There's a way out. All right, remember, that's August 10th, August 11th. Remember, you get 2 courses. All right, that class is 100. All right, link is in the bio. Link in the bios for that. We do have the September mentorship almost underway. We are literally a month out. Okay, all mentees that are signed up and paid and solidified, all right, we will come together at the end of this month so we can go ahead and figure out the schedule for September. Remember, we're meeting 3 times a week, okay? 3 hours a session for the full month of September, all right? I understand I got about 300 people that signed up through the Eventbrite. Y'all have to understand, just because you signed up there doesn't mean your spot is secured, okay? You must read the prompt if you plan on coming to the September mentorship. We have 8 spots left for the September mentorship. 8 spots left. Okay, if you have not paid, you are not secured. Just remember that. All right, what else? We're coming up with the next in-person class. All right, in person. All right, we're definitely leaning towards New York. All right, we're definitely leaning towards New York. Okay, I know it was between Las Vegas and New York. I'm leaning more towards New York because we haven't did one in New York yet. We've already did a class in Las Vegas, I believe twice. Is it twice? Twice. I think we did Las Vegas twice. But for sure. All right, for sure, New York. All right, just so we can go, because we have yet to hit that region. All right, after that, definitely got to hit up Charlotte. All right, after New York, we definitely got to hit Charlotte. We got to hit New York before it gets too cold, okay? We got to hit New York before it gets too cold because, shoosh, to me personally, I don't know how certain people live in certain areas during certain times. All right, I just want to say some of the strongest people live up north during the winter time. All right, so yeah, like that's I don't know how y'all do that. All right, but for sure, we coming to New York. New York is a must. Okay, New York is a must. After that, we're gonna shoot down to Charlotte. All right, we're gonna shoot down to Charlotte for sure. Okay. Now remember, family, any class that you are interested in. Oh, and also remember, all classes right now are $88 due to the fact that we hit 88,000 followers on Instagram. As you can see, we're past 88 now. All right, but for the appreciation of us getting to 88, all classes are $88. And if you get them all at once, you can get all classes for $300. Okay, that's all my classes, 4 classes, and we throw a class in there for free as well. All right, so you get my benefits of being a tenant class, which used to be never pay rent again. Okay. All right, also there's a class called benefits of reading your contract that used to be contract exposed. Okay. Next class after that is endorse and enforce, which properly shows you how to endorse your bills. And lastly is my beginner course. All right, basically going over all the acts a beginner needs to understand before they start their journey. All right, so you get all those classes if you want to get the bundle, or if not, you can just buy them individually, $88. All right, but right now all my classes are $88 each class up until next Monday. All right, so basically the next Monday coming up. All right, so you got plenty of time, family. Grab these classes when you can, family. Grab these classes, family. Okay, grab them. All right, and then make some time so you can actually dive into the class. All right, literally. All right, there's a lot of things that we can talk about in the class that we can't, I don't feel comfortable talking about on just public like this, okay? I don't give any legal advice, all right? I just basically tell you what I would do if it was me. If I was in that situation, I'm basically going to tell you what I'd do if it was me, okay? We were supposed to be also doing a giveaway, all right? Supposed to be doing a giveaway for our August 10th. Okay, but I want to do that with Dev. All right, so we're gonna attempt to go live tomorrow. All right, gotta make sure it's cool. Everything is straight with Dev for tomorrow. But stay tuned tomorrow as well, family. We're gonna go live to talk about the child support class on August 10th. All right, from August 10th. All right, August 10th. Okay, so listen, family, it's so much information. I'm not gonna say that. But I would just say a beginner that's coming into the information now, they literally got it so smooth. Okay, I know some folks that literally was studying this stuff 10 years before I even heard about this. Family, they didn't have folks that had clear courses. Okay, there's a lot of folks that have a clear understanding of what they need to do. There's a lot of people getting remedy, family, not just from HCA, it's from a lot of programs out there, family. It's a lot of good programs out there that's literally got results, okay? And their students has results as well. All right, this is the best time to be in. All you got to do is read, and that's going to literally attract you to the group you need to be in. Some of y'all right now, this is probably your first live that you've seen. Peace and love to you. Appreciate you that you're here. All right, but one thing that we do over here, y'all, we read, family. One thing we don't do is we don't listen to non-readers. One thing, a non-reader does not have an opinion over here. I know we live in a world of having rights, but over here in HCA, non-readers don't have rights. Okay, because when you don't use your rights, you lose your rights. So the only ones that have opinions over here are those that read. Okay, we're trying to change this nation, And the best way to change this nation is by ignoring those that don't read. All right? I think that's the best. That's the best agenda, is to wake up every day and just ignore readers. Okay? Just ignore readers. All right? Ignore readers. Okay? So with that being said, family, go read. Go read. All right? Now, what should you read? I know somebody looking like, hey, man, what should I read? What should I read? All right? I always tell folks to go read your contract. Now, a lot of people say, well, what are you talking about? What contract? All right? For those that have a mortgage, can you please comment 1? For those that have apartments, can you please comment 2? All right, think about it. Think about it. Okay, so for those that have the mortgages, all right, for those that have apartments, what if I told you you are in the same situation? How many people believe, well, I got a house, I got a mortgage, I don't got no apartment, I can't. Did you know that you're in the same consumer credit transaction, family? All right, always remember, when we talk about reading your contract, it starts off by reading the very mortgage you signed or reading the very lease agreement you signed. When I read my lease agreement, I was blown away. I was blown away by, man, you mean to tell me all I had to do was read this? All right, now granted, a lot of y'all are going to read this information and not know what it's talking about. All right, you're not going to know what it's talking about. You're going to read it. You're going to say, man, what is, I see a bunch of words. It's talking about interest, security interest. It's talking about, I promised to give them all my proceeds. I promised to let them do this. That's all I see. So, I mean, what's the issue? Family, the issue is, if you don't understand what's going on, all right, literally, if you're supposed to be negotiating, and you don't negotiate and you just say yes to all the negotiations or the terms that's given to you, you are bound to have the short end of the stick, family. That's just facts. Imagine 2 parties coming together, supposed to be negotiating. One party gives the terms. The other party don't even read the terms because the other party, they just want the deal to happen. But they don't read no terms. They don't read no terms. Okay, so when you're not reading any terms, family, you're just accepting terms. And what professional athlete, which actor, what type of entertainer, or even in any contract, somebody that just accepts a contract? Because if they do, that means they're desperate. And how many of us sign contracts in a desperate mentality? Okay, how many of us sign contracts in a desperate mentality? I mean, I gotta get a house. I gotta get a spot. Okay, I gotta get a car. All right, when you really read your contract, you're gonna see how one-sided it is. Then you're gonna tell yourself, man, I would have never signed this if I would have read it. So that lets us know we gotta stop blaming the school system. We gotta stop blaming the government. We got to stop blaming the police. We got to stop blaming whatever skin complexion you feel is to blame, all right? And we got to say, like, now, we the ones that signed these contracts. We the ones that didn't give no type of negotiations, family. We're the worst negotiators ever. I'm going to make a movie one day called Worst Negotiator or Bad Negotiation, and just have it as a person going through, getting into deals, not reading nothing, and at the end of the movie, it just shows a results of what happens when you don't read. And then I'm going to pop up and like, well, that's what you get, peasant. That's what you get, loser. All right, yeah, because that's what I'm going to play that role, okay? Because I wish I had somebody that was on my shoulder saying, what are you doing, loser? I wish I had that. So since I wish I had that, I provide that persona to a lot of y'all, okay? Because I wish I had that. I wish somebody was telling me, hey, man, you're working 80 hours a week. Would you do that for free? And then let my lower self say, Nah, I wouldn't do that for free. And then I would say, well, of course you wouldn't, because who would just give their time for free unless it's your passion? Okay? Now, if it's your passion, great. Now, if it's not your passion, I'm talking to everybody that has a job right now. I'm talking about everybody that has a business right now, and you use that money to pay bills. Okay? I'm here to let you know there is another way. Okay? One of the fine specimens that we have as an example is Exhibit A. Donald Trump. Where's LaWanda Evans at? I know she hate Donald. But one person that we could definitely follow in his footsteps when it comes to these negotiable instruments and using promissory notes and discharging things, man, it's Donald Trump. Okay? Now, we're not getting political, okay? Because who cares about politics? All right? When you're uninformed. Okay? Look, somebody said F Trump. Oh, LaWanda. Boom. I knew it. All right, I just had to throw it out there. It was going to hit you. Boom. Fuck Trump. I already knew. All right, but, all right, rather what you don't like about his personal, his business is A1. Okay? No matter what you don't like about his business, you don't like how he built, he looked like I don't know, fucking pumpkin with legs. It doesn't matter how you feel about the man. Okay? This man is an expert in dealing with debt. An expert. Man. And of course, a savvy businessman isn't going to look right to a bunch of people that don't know nothing about business. Of course. Of course. We can look at a prime example, meaning Exhibit A of how a business structure should be ran, and be like, nah, I don't like how he walk. Nah, I don't like how he talk. Nah, he said something back in the 80s that just didn't sit right with me. We say goofy stuff like that, y'all. Now, again, I ain't voting. I would never vote. All right? But if I did, okay, I'm definitely going with the business expert. What? I'm going with the man that was able to eliminate $350 million just by sending in some documentation. All right, what? Yeah, Trump, no, yeah, Turtle Island, yeah. Turtle is like, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. All right, but yeah, he know all that. That's what I'm saying. But we're not here to boost up Trump. All right, I'm just here to let you know there is an example out here, family, and it's publicly, readily available. Okay, so sometimes you gotta move, and I've been having this talk lately a lot with a lot of people. All right, understanding, you have to remove emotions when it comes to business, family. No successful business is ran behind emotions. Successful businesses are ran behind results. Not good businesses are ran off emotions. Some people are only in business because the emotions of being broke. Then you got some people that are in business for the purpose of building, growing, creating systems to help. It's a lot of folks that just got businesses just so they can make money. And if that's your reason, family, you got a long way to go. All right? Got a long way to go. All right? So always remember, family, we have examples. All right? You don't have to go to work to pay your bills, family. Now you can go knock yourself out like I was knocking myself out. Okay? Throwing on my steel toes. All right, it got so bad to the point. Let me just give y'all a little rundown of anybody that knew me before me teaching consumer law. You already knew. All right, I had them staffing companies on lock. Okay, it got to the point I got so comfortable with the staffing companies. I go do a contract job in another state, come back, go apply for a job, and I know I've been smoking weed, and I'll tell them like, hey, I just came back from a trip from California. So I was smoking out there, and that was able to get me past so many requirements. Okay? So many requirements. I could get a job. I could wake up, look at my account, be broke, and get a job by that night. And if you live in South Carolina, you know what I'm talking about. All right? So nobody can tell me nothing about getting a job. All right? I done did everything from janitorial work, from sanitation, from installing solar panels on hospitals to laying pipe down for homes to ventilation systems. Okay, from working on planes. All right, I done did it from call service. Thank you for calling Sales on Technical Support. I done did it all, okay? So nobody can tell me nothing about no job. All right, so when I get on here and say, yo, you don't need to work, I'm telling you from a point of experience, not somebody that's just been sitting on their ass saying, hey, man, forget working. No, I was out there 80 hours a week, okay? It got so bad. Literally, I remember doing a job in Texas. The job was paying $18. A job in Iowa called me paying $20. All right? I was talking to a girl at the time. I told her to quit her job. Let's pack the car up and just drive to Ohio. No, to Iowa, not Ohio, Iowa. So for y'all that know geographics, so look from the bottom of Texas, San Antonio, we drove all the way to Davenport, Iowa. No, North Dakota, my bad, North Dakota. So y'all do that. Go look at the map and you just do that. We drove that far for $2 extra damn dollars. Okay? $2 damn extra dollars. 20 hours. We drove 20 hours. Y'all know what the job was? Housekeeping. Housekeeping. Because they told us they could give us 80 hours a week. We started doing the numbers. Okay, bet. We want that overtime. So shit, we out. Y'all know how long we was in North Dakota? 48 hours. You know why? Because a job in Texas called us back paying 30. So you know what we did? Packed up and left. Okay, that's how serious it was, fam. And I know a lot of y'all wasn't doing it like that. A lot of y'all was not that damn hungry. Okay, some of y'all laying on your mama couch right now waiting for somebody to ring your phone. Okay? All right? So please, so when I come and tell you, listen, I done did it all. Okay? From some people, I was doing a little too much. Like, why are you doing all that? I used to tell my daddy, son, why you doing all that? Son, they only paying that. That ain't worth it. And I'm like, shit. All right, the way my pocket's looking like right now, Pops, anything's worth it. Okay? All right? So when I come to y'all and say, listen, I know you're working. I know you're knocking yourself out. You're an employee of the month. They done threw you a pizza party. I get it. But I'm here to let you know there is another way. And I know if I can find a way. All them times I used to duck and dodge from work, hide in the bathrooms. What? That was me. I used to clock in, leave, clock out. I used to get fired when I first started doing that, but then I perfected it. I perfected how to go to work, clock in, clock out. Why am I telling you this? Because I don't care about the job, okay? At first, I didn't tell nobody this because I had a homeboy that I told, and he messed up the whole assignment, family, okay? I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but I had a pretty thing going when I was on the West Coast. All right, and when I let my homeboy get on the job, I told him what I was doing. He blew it for both of us. Okay, we was getting a cool $3,000 a week just by staying at home. I'm talking about he blew it for all of us. And that day forward, I said, I will never ruin a good thing. All right, never again. Okay, never again. Okay, so for those that are figuring out what the hell I'm talking about, I'm basically talking about, hey man, you need to figure out how you need to quit your damn job. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I said all that to say you need to figure out ways to quit your job so you can learn your rights, because when you learn your rights, you don't need a job. You don't need a job. You don't need a son 8 days. Have you got results yet, family? I know. Here we go again. Have you got results yet? Have you got results? Have you got results? Have you got results? Here we go again. I know another day of trying to figure out the financial game. I know. All right? Okay? Y'all got to remember, I got results. Y'all don't know if I'm in my drawers or not right now. Y'all remember, I got results. Okay? Somebody asked me, like, hey, what do you do if all your classes got shut down right now and everything? Well, I'm like, well, would I still have my rights? That's all I damn need. Okay? So y'all gotta remember, I'm gonna have fun with this. Y'all think I'm about to get on here and just huh? Okay? So you got to think about it, family. I'm going to have fun. When you get results, man, you can have fun. Okay? I wasn't having fun when I was working. I wasn't having fun when I was trapping. Okay? Not at all. All right, I thought I was having fun. Okay? That wasn't fun at all. When I actually seen what I could do with a bill, now when I got informed, this was real fun. All right? Most people that doesn't even understand this lifestyle, doesn't even understand what world they even live in. All right? So when I try to let y'all know, you got to understand, family. You got to kind of learn from the people in front of you. It's not always about information. Okay? Look, he said, I'm a winner the hard way. Come on, man. Working a job is not winning, family. Paying bills with income is not winning, family. Okay? Using your business money to pay, that's not winning. No matter how macho a person feels. All right? Congress says you're a loser. Okay? So I have to, since I'm a messenger of the law, all right? You're a loser. Anybody that is entering contracts and not reading the contract is a loser. And again, y'all, I was a loser as well when I didn't understand what's going on. All right? So to say I'm getting it the hard way, I don't want to live a hard life anymore, family. I'm not here to get I done seen too many people living the hard life. So hell yeah, my life is filled with humor and comedy and fun and butterflies and roses and shit. Hell yeah. All right, because I remember when my thoughts was hardcore and damn, everything was about, I got to get this money. Man, I don't even think it like that no more. So when somebody try to rush me, like, man, I'm the one that got the information. I don't need to be rushed. Who cares what time you on? Who cares if you got to go to work tomorrow? Call out. You know what I'm saying? Because people get to rushing you like, hurry up, man, I got to go to bed. And like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I don't. I ain't been to work in 4 years, 5 years. Who cares? No offense to nobody. I'm just speaking from confidence, speaking from experience. So anybody feeling insecure about that is because you're a loser. All right, but I'm here to promote, okay, the righteous lifestyle. All right, the righteous lifestyle is through your rights. That's it. So why are we living a hard life? Why would we even let that come out of our mouth? Why would we even say I'm getting it the hard way? What the hell does that mean anymore? I don't even know what that means anymore. I'm changed. They done hit me with that Man in Black pen. I don't remember nothing from. I don't remember nothing before I changed my name. I don't remember anything. I don't remember Chris Barber. I don't know him anymore, family. Anybody that's coming in saying, yo, bro, I don't know that dude anymore, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. That dude in the damn, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Okay? Because once I got informed, all my old thoughts, man, they went away. It's like certain thoughts I don't even have anymore, family. So much information has been. So much information. It's like it's certain things I can't even talk about on here, family. Like it's certain things that we can't even have a dialogue about. Yes, there's a lot of people that's gonna be stuck and we gonna slide right by. Slide right by. So a lot of people that's gonna be stuck. It's a lot of people. All right, I try to make this the less stress, the best, the most fun when we talk about information, family, because you gotta have fun with this. All right, when I was first learning this before I got Remedy, it didn't feel like fun. I was more anxious. Like I was reading the Bill of Exchange Act, reading the Federal Reserve Act, reading the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. All right, I'm reading everything. I'm reading not everything, but I'm reading a lot of information. All right, I started to become like, it just started to get real cluttered in your mentality. I know a lot of folks that's following, you already know it's an overwhelming power of information. And if you don't really sit down and just take your time and like, okay, let me take my time. Let me just read this, take my time. By the time you look up, family, the way you talk, the way you think, it's going to be different. All right, it's going to be different. You're going to get around your old friends. Yeah, you're going to try to act like your old self, but it's hard. Y'all ever seen a butterfly turn back into a caterpillar? Never. 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 I ain't never seen a butterfly turn back into a caterpillar. But soon as we elevate, we try to go back to a caterpillar. Y'all, that's not how it works. Once you elevate, you're not supposed to go back down. All right, now I deal with a lot of people that want to bring me down so I can meet them. I'm not talking about no followers. I'm talking about in my personal life. I got a lot of folks that want me to meet them here, and I'm trying to tell them, hey, rise. Because me having to come down is more work, and it's stopping me from going forward. Okay? And y'all gotta think like that. Okay? All right, you have to think like that. All right, you gotta stop stupid, because once you keep your bar raised, the people that don't respect you is gonna start to show. I just fell out with somebody that I knew way before, like 10 years ago, and that was like one of the last folks that I kind of that was like on a teeter, but we kind of fell out. And they tried to bring up some old shit. I remember when you was broke. I remember when you was. I'm like, you talking about 10 years? I'm like, what are you talking about? And the fact that she said that, I'm like. And she kept saying, you lucky you up right now. I'm like, what, man? What do you? Because she don't know directly what I teach, family, which is already a red flag right there. How you know me for 10 years, but don't really know what I teach? You think I teach credit and shit. All right. But again, cut off these people, family. I'm trying to tell you. I know it's a lot of y'all out there saying, well, I'm going to get Remedy and then go to my friends. Let me tell you how that's an issue. All right, because where were they when you were studying for your results? Where were they? You think they're gonna they're gonna just magically start jumping on when you show them results, family? I know that's what we think. All right, that's not how this is, family. Why? Because you can't come and give somebody results. You can show them your results, but your results isn't their results. Your family, they gotta see it and then go read. All right, I've literally heard somebody say, okay, when I get it, I'm going to go back to my friends so then they can do it. Man, that's not how that shit goes, family. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. Is there anybody on here that got Remedy and then you went back and showed the ones that wasn't with you on your journey? Have they tapped in yet? Have they tapped in yet? Think about it. You probably got to keep downing yourself every time you go around them because they still haven't tapped in. You have literally told them, I got Remedy, and they probably saying something like, man, hey, you cold, man, hey, man, you a goat, hey, you a genius, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, what? Not at all. Not at all. Hell yeah, you got to be peerless till you get results. You got to go lonely. Hell yeah. This is the only time you don't be lonely. If you go to your friend and say, hey, y'all, I'm about to start this journey. Okay, this journey is going to take a lot of my time. Okay, this journey is going to change my life, my family's life, and possibly my friend's life. Now, y'all can definitely join me on this journey. The journey is me learning my rights, because I done learned that we're supposed to be using interest instead of income. All right, so I'm going to focus on this right here for not even going to put an amount on it. Just see how far I get with this. Y'all are welcome to join me. But if y'all aren't going to join me, can y'all please give me some time? I'll reach out to y'all. I'm not going to go out. I'm not partying. Okay, I'm locked in. By the time I get out of this locked in state, okay, I should have a better, clearer vision. All right, hopefully y'all there with me, because I can't promise that I'm going to look at y'all the same after I get my results. All right, literally. All right, and you can't be out here being kind and, well, I've been knowing him since the sandbox. Come on, family, grow up. This is not high school. This is not high school. Trying to find somebody on the first day. Oh shit, there go my boy. Hey. Because you don't want to be, because all them kids running around. Oh, this is not high school, family. All right, it's not even high school. So I'm telling you this. Give your folks an ultimatum. And if they take an ego step like, who the hell he think he, or who the hell she, that should tell you how they view you. All right, it's like literally people tell how they feel about us without even saying it, family. If they really respected you, okay, why didn't they follow you? And that made me look at all the people I was around. Well, if they really respected me, why didn't they follow me? Even after I got remedy, you see other people respect me. It's people that know me longer that still feel like, And it's like, yo, why? Same folks that haven't tapped in with the information. So that explains everything. Same people that come to me and tell me the same problems. And I'll be like, man, I don't want to hear that. You're going through the same thing. Now you start feeling like somebody's parent, man. It's like, man, why you keep doing the same damn? It's like, yo, I have kids already. And I understand being skeptical, but when you see new information, that's why I said, family, do y'all understand you can read this stuff for free to see that it's real? But y'all know what people do? They go read it and say, well, where's the results? Where the proof at? Like, come on, man. You just read where it said the banks are the borrowers. What are you going to do with that information? What you going to do with that information? You just said the banks are the borrowers. What are you going to do? You just read that the banks are the borrowers. What are you going to do with that information? Are you going to keep on willingly paying the banks back for the next 30 some odd years, however much you owe on your mortgage? Or are you going to keep reading and do something about it? Because that's the problem right now. People can read for themselves. Because now that brings me to my next question. Can you read? You got so many people that get on here and just be, man, just get to the, like, go read, goofy. This stuff is free. Imagine waiting on a guy like myself to waiting for me to get on live to drop some information. Imagine how big of a loser one must be. What if I don't go live for a week? Y'all be like, well, I'm about to go to somebody else live. Who they go live? When they go live? When they go live? Why are you not reading? You know how many people come to these lives and they drop things that they've read because they have studied? They're not waiting on lives. They're not waiting for classes to be discounted. They're not waiting for us to hit the next marker to get the discount. They're reading. Can you read? Because it's not the problem that can we read. It's the fact that we don't read. Literally. Somebody said, where does the money come from when you write a bill of exchange? It's coming from the account that you're attaching it with. Are you adding a social? You got to remember that social is attached to your estate. Your estate is worth millions, if not billions, depending on how old you are. Okay? Y'all got to remember, the money is coming from you. You're the creditor. You just give over credit rights to banks so they can fulfill a duty. That's it. That's all. That's like hiring somebody to wash your car. They got a duty to do, right? You send your car to the car wash, they wash it, you get it back and it's done. Banks are supposed to be washing your application. You send your application in, they supposed to wash it down and come back with your product. Only difference is you're not supposed to be paying the banks twice. That's all the banks are. They're middlemen, family. All right, when I first started teaching this, like, I was trying to show, like, a lot of trappers, okay? Because a lot of trappers, they kind of forget the purpose of hustling is to get to the next level, family. The purpose of hustling isn't so you can just keep saying, I've been hustling. Some of y'all been hustling for 30 years. You know how terrible that sounds? I've been hustling for 30 years. You have yet to come into a legit businessman or businesswoman. To go to a wealthy person and say, I'm a hustler, family, that doesn't sound good. They go to a bank and say, I've been out here hustling. That doesn't sound good, family. That's not business talk because you shouldn't be out here hustling. Everything should be cool, calm, simple. Come to the table, negotiate your terms. If you don't agree with the terms, go ahead and send it back to them. Give them a couple of days. They're going to send it. That's how it's what you want. All right, it's what you want. Okay? Now, something I was going to pull up, all right? A couple things, some of my favorites. All right, some of y'all that's been following along with me, you probably already know them, okay? I kind of is the guy for like beginners. I kind of found my niche, okay? I'm kind of great for beginners and intermediate. Those folks that kind of been in the game for a while and think they know more than what they know. A lot of time, those are like bad apples. All right, so most good apples are beginners. All right, beginners and folks that are intermediate. All right, so when I go over information, family, it's a lot of the same information. But again, family, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of saying the same things over and over and over and over and over and over. The reason why I said over and over is strictly for the beginners. Trust and believe. All right, I only say the same thing over and over for beginners and for the intermediate. All those folks is already advanced. I don't keep saying the same things for y'all. All right, because a lot of y'all saying, man, we already went over this. Okay, my friend, get out the class. Okay, you're 18 years old in the damn second grade. What are you doing? Get out of here. All right, elevate, get to the next grade. Why are you still not understanding the Bill of Exchange Act 4 years later? You see what I'm saying? That's like learning the same lesson for 4 years. It's like repeating the same grade for 4 years. Like, what are you doing? That's embarrassing. I remember we had a dude we was in sixth grade, man. This dude was big as hell. We never questioned his age, though, because, as kids, you never really think about it. Then when age found out, man, your boy was 16 in the seventh grade. 16 in the seventh grade. What a loser. He used to beat up on all us. He used to bully us and shit. All right, because he was so much more advanced than us. Like, but we didn't really understand it. We sit beside him in the class. You know what I'm saying? He's like way bigger than us. Like, bro, why you play football or something? Okay, but that's how it is now. Imagine how many people is still on the same damn path. Still learning the same damn lesson. Still trying to figure out, well, how does a bill of exchange, how is that considered in my bill right now? Not for beginners. Meaning beginners, you have excuse. All right, I'm talking about for the folks that's been around. You know why? Because people wait for me to get on camera, all right, or wait for me to drop something for them to follow on, because that's the only time a lot of y'all tap in with the information. Y'all not really reading. You're just waiting for a course. That's all you're waiting on. You waiting for the course to get to an amount that you can afford, grab the course, and you still ain't going to read, because those with my course still don't damn read. I get so many people that book consultation with me. The first thing they say is, I went through your course 3 times, but I will never hear, I've read the Bill of Exchange 3 times. Or I never hear, I've read the Federal Reserve 3 times. Or I read my contract. It's always, I watched your class, bro. I went over it. Sometimes I pause it, come back to it, smoke a little blunt to it. I come back to it. And I'm like, so when do you read? When do you read? When do you read? Folks book consultation, but I already sitting on my 3. I'm about to sue them. I watched your class 3 times already. I'm ready. I'm like, how are you ready? How? What have you read? And then I start asking him, how many times have you read your contract? Well, I went over it, but I got your class. So I'm like, yo, my class is not your contract. My class is what helps you with your contract. My class is like training wheels, family. My class is simply the training wheels. You still gotta read. Folks trying to use the training wheels as if it's the bike. No, family, you put training wheels on the bike. And when you don't need the bike, when you don't need the help anymore, you take the training wheels off, because it's going to be a point in time where you don't need my classes anymore. Why? Because you should already be reading the information. What are you talking about? My class is like, we go over the same information. Now, granted, you want to hear my voice? Thank you. Thank you. All right? I'm flattered. All right? But reading for yourself is way more monumental than hearing my voice, family. All right? Way more beneficial. All right? Way more beneficial. Now, let me come to pull a lot of y'all cards right quick. Let me ask you a question. When you read the law, what voice do you hear? When I read the law, I hear my voice. When you read the law, what voice do you hear? I get a lot of folks that say, well, when I read the law, man, I heard your voice, man. I'm like, well, that's a problem. That's a problem. If you're hearing my voice when you're reading the law, that means you haven't built your comprehension. Because why are you hearing my voice still? Beginners, yes. All right, but after a while, you should be reading enough. And let me ask y'all a question. When y'all read, do you read aloud or do you read in your mind? Because neither way is wrong, but I'm just saying, sometimes you kind of want to switch it up. I remember one time I was reading to myself quiet. I was like, hey, let me say this out loud. Read it out loud, and it's like I kind of was receiving it better. But I also understand when I don't read out loud and I just really read slow and I can hear a voice as I'm thinking, and that's crazy. You can hear that's crazy, but I can hear my own voice. I don't hear nobody else's voice. None. When I read something, I hear my voice. And then when I learned that, I understood, I said, okay, I feel like I'm tuned in with myself because I don't hear somebody else. I remember when I was studying taxes, and I used to watch a lot of Patrick Devine. For y'all that don't know who Patrick Devine is, Google him or YouTube. All right, when I would just look at some of these tax publications, I would hear his voice. He's like, you got to learn both sides. Y'all got to start reading this stuff, old white dude, But I related to him because it was like, man, he was like a coach. And I never met him, never talked to him before, but just how he ran this group. And he had like folks that was way older than me. He had like, folks' grandparents in his class, but he was treating them like, you know what I'm saying? They were still like youthful, and that made them feel like, okay, yes, because sometimes people need that, that fire lit. Patrick Devine definitely brought that. But I say to say, I was hearing his voice and I was reading, but when I started reading enough, I stopped hearing his voice. Okay, I started hearing my own voice. All right, so now when people give me information, they say, boom, 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 I got some information. All right, when I go read it, I don't hear that person's voice. I hear my voice. All right, I hear my voice. So when you're reading something, are you hearing your voice? That's why I say read. Y'all family, this stuff is deep, man. However y'all think it is, by the perception of however it is you get from me, man, I don't know what perception y'all are getting from me, family, but I just want to let y'all know this information is way deeper than you could ever even imagine, okay? Deeper than y'all can imagine. Now, we can ha, he, laugh all day, but when I cut this camera off, what is your true life like, okay? What is your next move? I know what my next move gonna be when I get off this camera. I know what my next move is gonna be. I remember today's Thursday. Tomorrow is payday for a lot of folks. Y'all know today was the 1st. So I know a lot of folks is probably not in a good mood right now because we know what happens on the 1st, right? We know what happens on the 1st. We know what happens on the first, right? A lot of folks probably got the long face. You can't, nobody can talk to you right now because you're aggressive. You know, you done paid all your bills up and now you're left with whatever it is you're left with. Yeah, I understand. I get it. I know that first come. Ooh-wee. A lot of people try to run away from the first. If we could eliminate the first out of the calendar, I bet a lot of folks would. And just call it the second, because the first is dangerous to a lot of the uninformed people. But to the ones that are informed, that's payday. When you get that bill, that's payday. You got to switch how you looking at it, family. You're not a borrower. You're a creditor. You're not a borrower. You're an investor. Every first of the month is payday. They're sending you a bill because you're the payee. They're sending you funds and they like, yo, what you want to do with it? And we holding the funds. We going so far that we like, okay, I got the funds. Let me put the funds aside and go work and go use some extra funds. They ain't got nothing to do with the damn bill. Here you go. That's what's going on, family. I don't know. It don't get no simpler than that. Now, the hardest part is learning like, damn, my problem is simple, but the solution is a task. And I got to be due diligent. Meaning my problem is simple, but to get to the solution is a task. That's the best advice I probably could give you for the next 5 years, okay? Your problem is simple, family. We all had the same problem. I'm tired of working. I'm tired of working to live. I'm tired of paying bills to live. All right, that's really a simple problem, because the problem is we just don't know what the hell is going on. And once we find out what's going on, do we have the mental capacity to push through? A lot of people don't, okay? Now, it's cool to take a break. It's cool to take a break. Even myself, I took a little break as well. All right, but I didn't take a long break. When I say break, meaning I wasn't studying, but my mind was still going. All right, I stopped studying because it's like after a while, your brain get like, it's like meshy and feel crummy, and you just need to take a break from it. All right, and once you do that, all right, you come back to it, it's like you're refreshed. It's like taking a break out the game. All right, you might be playing too hard, just take a little break, come back into the information. But my advice, I wouldn't be taking no long-ass break, family. That's just me personally, because you don't want to take a long break and then come back in and have to kind of relearn. You know, you will kind of want to keep it hot on your brain. So when you're reading, read again. And I feel like an old head saying that, you know, because I was never a reader like that. But seeing how my life has changed due to me reading, y'all, it's a whole another ball game. A life of a non-reader is totally different from a life of a reader. There's an old saying that goes, all readers aren't leaders, but all leaders read. I think I heard him say that on NBA 2K10 or some shit like that. But he said, all readers aren't leaders, but all leaders read. Because to lead something, you have to have an understanding from the people that's following you. Okay? You can't have the same mental capacity as the people that you're trying to lead. You have to be above, meaning mental capacity. You have to, because they have to have something to model. They have to have something like, okay, that's the example. All right? So again, if you're not reading, you're not leading nothing. No matter how macho you feel, no matter how big your ego is, okay, all I'm going to say is, if you're not reading, you're either disabled, but we're talking about from the law. You're either a disabled person, you're either a minor, or you're either an idiot. Those are your three options. Those are your three options, family. Now, what if somebody looked at you and said, hey, you're disabled because you're not reading your contract? Y'all know how many of y'all would get offended? I ain't disabled. I'm smart. Y'all know how many arguments I've gotten in because I've told somebody like, well, you're not doing much of anything because you're not claiming any of your rights. and they try to look me up and down and say, who are you to tell me my life is nothing? I work 70 hours a week. I put food on the table. Without my job, I wouldn't have this car. And folks get on this long rampage rant of what it's like losing. Y'all ever notice like people get into these modes and feel like it's so rare? When the last time y'all heard somebody like, I pay for my rent, I got this, I got mouths to feed, and it's like, so what? What do you have that we all don't have? We all are going through the same thing, family. Some of us are losing harder than the others. Okay? It is basic. It's basic. It's basic information. It's basic results. You're losing. If you're not winning, you're losing. But you know what we've created? All right? What we've created was a middle ground. We literally done created. All right, meaning I'm not losing, I ain't winning, but I'm doing better than shit. The people I know, how many of us say that? How many times we done said that shit? I mean, I might not be making the best, but I got the most money out of all my friends. I'm the wealthiest in my family. I got the best type of job. I make $20 an hour. I make the most in my family. And it's like, family, that is terrible. That's terrible. Just think about that. We be so loud. A lot of us literally expose our family without even knowing it. We literally be like, I'm the only one that achieved that. I'm the only one that got a car. I'm the only one that got my own house. I'm like, yo, you're putting your family down. But that person think it's like a boasting them up. I'm like, yo, my friend, you might want to shut up. You're letting folks know you come from a poor-ass family. Why do people need to know that you're the only one in the family that has a house? Why is that? It's like, but people, I'm the only one in my family that makes 6 figures. Family, that's poor. That's poor. That's piss po. Okay? Yeah, and it's like we be confident for nothing. Y'all know what the annual, I guess you gotta say the default income is per house? Does anybody know what it is? Can anybody pull it up? What is the average income? What's the average income? That's what I'm saying. We brag about being poor. I remember when I first started making 6 figures, not seeing 6 figures, because you know a lot of people that make 6 figures have never seen 6 figures. But I just remember like, yeah, man, this shit is a facade, man. Like you don't see the 6 figures if you don't make a certain amount. Okay? I didn't see 6 figures in my account till after I got informed. Somebody said 37,000 a year. Meaning there's a family, there's more families making $37,000 a year than there are families making 6 figures. Do y'all understand how low that is? And y'all want to know why it's so low? Because so many of us have made it okay. I was on somebody's ass one day, like literally, you need to be that ain't enough, you need to be doing. And so many people was getting on me saying, you don't know their situation. Why are you telling them maybe that's the best that they can do? Maybe, all this soft Sesame Street patty cake bakers, man, shit, okay? Like, we are so soft. Somebody's getting held accountable. Somebody come out of the fucking woodworks. Hey, come on now. Maybe she, you know, man. And I'm like, yo, who are you? Shut up. I'm helping her right now. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? But so many people do that. Okay? Like, literally. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? They literally ain't talking about anything. So I say, y'all, we got to start holding people accountable. That's why I am the way I am. Okay? That's why I am the way I am, family. Everybody has to be held accountable. Okay? Nothing can slide. All right? I can't have folks around me personally. You probably can. I can't have people around me just talking about their day job all day. All right? Man, that make my skin crawl. Because I'm like, well, why are you talking about it? And so many people talk about that all day. That's what your whole day consists of. What happened at work? Work beating up on you. Work. Okay? Literally. Just stop talking. Okay? Because the only people I want to hear talk is people that's getting results the righteous way. Meaning, like, literally bringing back information. Okay? Utilize the information. All right? Now, I don't believe in bullying all the way, but, you know, some people, man, for sure. Where should you begin? You should begin reading your contract, family, first and foremost. Reading your contract. That's what I would say start first. Then from there, you could read the Bill of Exchange Act is definitely great. Definitely great. Bill of Exchange. Yeah, it's bullying going around, but hell, you got folks that are trying to put out good information that's getting bullied. You know what I'm saying? So it's like literally, what is going on, family? But again, the reason why the number is at 37,000. 37,000 is what majority of families make in the United States. Do y'all not know how poor that is? Man, y'all, that is low, y'all. That is low. That is like below. How can you survive off 37,000 a year? Now let's bump it up because I know we might step on some toes this live. All right, now remember 37,000. Now let's bump it up. Let's talk about 70,000. Think about 70,000. Imagine 365 days. And all one was able to muster up was 70,000. Now imagine getting 70,000, making 70,000 taxes. That means you only seen probably 40,000 of that. Probably less than that. Like, how much did you actually see? I know MGM. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was making it too. Kit Cal, that's low. Yeah, it's very low. Yeah, I was making it too, family, and it was low. Why do people say that? They be like, well, you was making it. Yes, it was low, and I wish I had myself now and say, hey, man, that shit is low. Y'all got to stop being this humble shit. Like, it doesn't matter if I used to make it. Now I know. If I knew my old self, I would say, hey, loser, that ain't enough. Because when I was making it, it wasn't enough. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, y'all gotta learn to beat your old self up. A lot of y'all trying to baby your old self. Well, you was making that at one point. Yes, I was a loser at one point. Yes. Would I have been doing that if I didn't know this? No. Would I have been doing that if I knew this? No. That's why you have to be harder, okay? People can't just say, well, we didn't know what we did. Okay, well, let's know. Let's know. Let's stop being soft. Okay? Because if a person isn't claiming their injury, you're not even gonna throw a number out there. Just know $100,000 a year, a 6-figure salary is low, family. I'm not here to demean anybody. I'm here to tell you the truth, okay? Because when you understand things from an investment standpoint, an investor standpoint, 100,000, meaning saying I make 6 figures, or hey, well, I make a good job, I make 70, I make 60,000, and a lot of people try to depict it on where they stay. I got folks that live in Louisiana and say, well, you know, Louisiana, or folks in South Carolina, well, you know, South Carolina is not that much money, so we gotta. What do that gotta do with your rights? It doesn't matter where you are in the states. Okay, you have rights, you have interests. And it's not predicated by okay, you in the lower income state, your family. That has nothing to do with your interests. You gotta scrutinize yourself. Imagine not scrutinize yourself. That's why a lot of y'all got this heart for people when somebody comes down on the well. Come on now. Like, move y'all soft ass out the way. Let them get that correction. Because if it was me, I don't want nobody to come in and stop me from getting this lecture or getting this accountability. Everybody's not soft. All right? Everybody's not soft. All right? And the reason why we do a lot of information building or a lot of mindset building, okay, family, because that's where it starts. A lot of folks can't take criticism. Imagine somebody not being able to take criticism, then starting this journey, then getting bank letters saying, we don't accept this, you're acting like a sovereign citizen, hey, you're acting like a, you see what I'm saying? That if they don't understand criticism, they're not going to know how to approach that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all, I don't have a lot of friends, family, you know, no offense, but most people are desperate. Most people don't have anything to bring to the table. Most people that want to link, they just want to hear great information. They don't bring anything that they mustered up for themselves. So folks like myself, y'all, it's very lonely. Some of y'all that's lonely now, you don't even understand what lonely is. Okay? Imagine starting to actually go and make a change. Because it's cool when you go to this information, you don't tell nobody, you just be cool there. But imagine being openly knowing this information. You know how lonely that shit is? Man, I be going through women like what? Like shoes. Literally. All right, literally. Okay? Because it's like, you would think it's something great, then it's like, man, what? Why you can't just study? Why you can't just read? Why you can't just... And then I started like, damn, maybe it's not as simple as maybe it's not as simple as I'm making it, you know? And it's like, literally, you'll find yourself like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? Is it me? That's like, do I need to be lonely again? And cause I understand a lot of y'all are lonely. I understand, but it's like, trust and believe it's for a reason. It's for a reason, because every time you get out of that lonely, you're going to start dibbing and dabbing. Okay, and sometimes that can bring you down. Did y'all know great people can stop you from your purpose? I'm going to say that one more time. Did y'all know that great people can stop you from your purpose? Did y'all know that? Meaning a person with great intentions, meaning they want the best for you, they could slow you down. They can slow you down. Because we think only bad people and people, they're going to slow me. No, a person that literally give you the shirt off their back, give you the shoes off their feet, but they're uninformed, so they're going to slow you down. Okay? Somebody said I should do it for her first. Okay? Now, I got women that has results. I'm talking about the women that I've dealt with that didn't have results. Like that, yes, you could do it for them once. Then what I'm supposed to do, keep doing it for them again and again and again and again and again and again? When I already got women that's already doing it? No. If you already got and I'm not considering this a basketball team. I'm just saying, if you got a basketball team and everybody's putting up shots at practice, okay, and that new person comes in and they just feel like they can just sit on their ass and they just don't get some plans. I'm like, what? No. Whoa, you're fired. Get your ass up out of here. Leave your jersey right there. Get your ass out of here. Quick. Okay? All right? Well, brother, I don't talk to bitches. I never said bitches. I never said these are great women. They just not informed. I never said they was bitches, but okay, I know I don't even talk to bitches. I don't remember the last bitch I talked to be honest with you. My aura don't even attract bitches. Even if a girl come around me and say, oh, you got the bitches, she has to go. We don't even talk like that. So when I said I go through women, I wasn't talking about a negative way. I was talking about I get, like, meaning we connect, and then it's like, okay, that's not for me, and that's what I'm talking about. I didn't say okay. No, I have women, and I'm gonna always have women. Because I think that's why we're here. And I'm not turning the conversation into that, but I thrive well with multiple women. No offense to no guy. Yeah, women. Yeah, you don't say bitches, man. That's like man. You know what I'm saying? That's like the dungeon thing. I don't even say that. You know what I'm saying? I remember a woman I was dealing with. She was mad. It was like, yo, bitches, ... And she ain't talked to me since. A woman I'm dealing with can't even call another woman I'm dealing with a bitch. Now, I don't even, not even to talk. You know, I'm like, oh, you got your bitches? That's like low pole talk to me. That's like hood rat talk to me, no offense. All right? Because I deal with women that respect the other woman. She don't even got to know the other woman. Okay, hey, tell the guy as I say, hey, you know what I'm saying? My life is totally different. I don't have cat fights. Yeah. But I say that to say, family, I would not have came to this moment of truth with myself if I didn't learn this information. All right. Yes, I live a poly life. All right. But it's only due to the fact I was able to become one with myself. All right. Become honest with myself. Every woman I deal with, there was never nothing underhanded. I never had to switch a room. I never had to trick them. Never had to put some cheese in front of them. None of that. None of that. Okay? It was they're all here voluntarily. They want to be around me. Okay? They want to be around me. And you got to think, what woman doesn't want to be around a man that's elevating her? Come on now. Now, to each his own. For a man that's focusing on this one woman, that's great too. That's great too. Okay? That's great too. All right? But some of us, we operate better with multiple women. All right, go ahead. What's your question, family? Somebody said that shit is dead, which it might be dead to you guys. I'm not here to put it on anybody. I'm just, somebody brought it up, and I'm just telling you how my life is. You don't got to live it. Oh, you ain't got, like I say, it's, some women love it. Some women hate it. All right, I think the women that hate it just doesn't understand it. You know, because again, a lot of times when they hear that lifestyle, they instantly think of the lower lifestyle. Men just want women so they can fuck on. And that's not why we're doing that, family. So excuse the language. I know I got older followers, okay? But that's not why we do things. And the reason why I'm saying all this, family, because this information has really changed my life, family. It's really changed my life for the better. All right? It has changed my life for the better. All right, it's like literally, yeah. Somebody say all another woman can do for me is babysit. That might be what she's good at. She might be good with the kids. She might be. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed how helpful another woman will be when this. But you know, I remember, man, fuck all that, man. Forget all that poly talk. I'm not here to talk about poly. All right, I don't even know how we started talking about. All right, back to the information. All right, back to the information. All right, so you got to really think about this, family. When you read your rights, okay, when you read your rights, your life is going to open up, okay? When I really start reading my rights, I start learning like, wow, I can really create now. I can create the situation I want to be in. I don't got to let people make me feel less than, okay? I can literally use this information. It's going to attract the exact lifestyle that I want to live. I've been called a narcissist. I've been called a misogynist. I don't even know what that means. I can barely pronounce it. But I've been called all these labels, family. Why? Because I found myself. And if I'm going to be a narcissist, misogynist, sexist, well, I'll be that today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Okay? That's just what it's going to have to be. All right. Now, do I feel like that's what it is? No, it's not. I know that's not what it's not. I know that's not what it is. But I'm here to let you know. When you literally learn this information, it opens up your life. Okay? It opens up your life. The best thing a person can do that's in a relationship right now is grow with that person. All right? There's a lot of times where I get consultations where it's probably just the man and he's saying his woman ain't tapping in, she's making it harder for him, or vice versa. It might be the woman and her man not tapping in is making it harder for him. I'm just going to be brutally honest with y'all, okay? Somebody's going to get left. Somebody's going to get left, okay? It's some broken hearts that I see in the near future. Okay, because to be real, family, that household not even gonna make sense. Imagine you busting your ass, reading, you piecing things together, you doing all this. Your significant other come in, you like, baby, I got it. We can do it. And they like, all right, man, go ahead with that, man, for you get us locked up, man. Man, that is so depleting. Oh my gosh. Man, what? Yeah, I experienced it. What? When I was first learning this stuff, I had women I was talking to. I said, yo, we need to read this. And they was like, okay. But it's like, it never mustered. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all from experience. There's a lot of things I can tell y'all. Okay? So you kind of already see how it's going to look. I'm trying to tell you how it's look, fellas. For sure. I can tell you how it's looking. Okay? Trust and believe them women gonna flock to you because you're the man with the information. You can help them with. Imagine not having to pay her bills. You can show her how to endorse her bills. It's a whole nother level. So you see, then a woman, a intelligent woman would really heed your advice and really be due diligent. Okay, but with a lot of women that doesn't understand what it takes, they kind of fall into a facade, like a daze, like a, oh my gosh, yes, I want to be around this. Yes, and then when they get around it, man, it's like they so close to it that they lose themselves. They forgot what they was here for. They forgot what their duty was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when I meet a woman, man, I tell her, man, I don't got time for even a woman to think I'm doing something else. When I meet a woman, it's like literally, bam, this is what I do. Listen, do you care anything about your rights? Are you a reader? Okay, great. It's I got a whole vetting process. You know, so I literally had to start being like that. Okay, because I stopped looking at potential. I stopped, because y'all gotta remember, the people that you're going to have around you, they have to be uplifting. They got to be motivating to you as well. The worst thing you can do is be the only motivation around everybody. Okay, and I felt like I started to be like that. I felt like I was the only motivation. Nobody was motivated. I was like, maybe I need to get into another room, which I have done. Now I'm the baby in the room, okay? Because now when you're the baby in the room, you can get motivated by others. All right, that just means I outgrew that room, and it's time for me to, I outgrew that mountain, and it's time for me to start back up another mountain. All right, so again, family, this information is going to open up your life, your best bets, okay? Literally, you can read this stuff for yourself. It's not no easy task, all right? But if you get to a point where you feel like you've read all you could to get your comprehension, I do have classes, family. All right, I do have classes. I have classes going for right now, $88 per class. Okay, a class is going over how to break down your contract. All right, a class going over how to look at your lease agreement or how to operate as a tenant. A class showing you how to properly endorse your bill. A class going over all acts, not all acts, but specific acts that you need to know when moving forward on this journey, family. The help is here. Okay, you can either learn for free or pay the fee. All right, now if I'm learning for free, I'm taking, meaning if I'm hearing folks drop acts like the Bill of Exchange Act, I'm about to go write that down because those are some acts that I'm gonna go read. Now the Bill of Exchange Act might take me some time. All right, a lot of y'all be asking, what's all the acts I need? Like, y'all, do y'all not know how much time one act takes? All right, that shit ain't easy to comprehend at all. That's why I say a person might as well get a class. But you know, when you upsell classes, you just want our money. No, that's not it. We're literally saying, if for you to get a VIP experience in a broken down lecture, all right, from a comprehensive standpoint, like, you definitely should get a class. That's for anybody. That's for anybody, because that's what I would do. All right, I read all the way up to the point, and then I got a class. I flew all the way to LA, my first class, spent $1,000. I spent $1,000 on VIP because I wanted the full experience. And from there, I never really spent any money again because I knew how to read from that point. All right, a lot of y'all buy my class over and over and over again. One guy said, this is my 5th time buying. I'm like, why? Just go read. Just go read, okay? Now, granted, if you got all my classes, I got 4 classes. If you got all my classes, like, literally, that's enough for a lifetime, family. You shouldn't even be on Instagram unless you're trying to see the lives. But as far as like daily, you should literally be engulfing yourself with those classes, because outside of those classes, your time should be spent reading. Literally. 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 Okay? All right, and look, again, by the time you look up, family, your friend, you're going to look at your friends different. You're going to look at your family different. You're going to come to a point of, damn, do I even want to mess with my family? Do I even want to still deal with my friends? All right, it's a lot of difficult decisions you got to make, family. Now, we get on here and hee-ha-ha because there is a dark side to a lot of this. It's a huge sacrifice. All right, the sacrifice, man, you're going to have to sacrifice family members. Not no Illuminati thing like that. But the fact that, man, you're going to have to start sacrificing friends. All right, I done cut off some great people that I thought was always going to be around. But now I look up like, no, they weren't supposed to be all the way around. And then when you start dropping folks, and it's like you start feeling lighter. You start seeing doors open up that damn. Then it forgets the folks that you done cut off. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be, family. Nah, it ain't. Nah, you gotta study for sure. That's why I say study and study. Me personally, I wouldn't be sending anything in. I'm reading. And if I do ever go into somewhere to have a conversation, I'm bringing material with me. A lot of y'all kind of go in there with no material, just kind of, well, is this like, it looks way more prepared when you, if you taking that route, going there, going to the dealership, all right, literally walking in there, and if you literally want to have that dialogue with them, like, bring material with you. You can bring the whole Truth in Lending Act with you. You can bring the Federal Reserve Act with you. Ask them questions like, hey, are y'all under Truth in Lending? As soon as they say yes, that's when you whip out Truth in Lending. Okay, so let me kind of pull up something before we go. All right, just pull up a couple for the beginners. For y'all that's already been following, y'all already gonna know these acts. All right, so I'm pulling out my second phone. Y'all can follow along with me if you want. All right, we pulling up 15 USC 1615. I got a lot of people saying that has nothing to do with this, that has nothing to do with that, because a lot of people don't read. But let me show you the difference of reading with comprehension and just reading, not knowing what the hell you're reading. Okay, so again, I'm at 15 USC 1615. All right, I got 1615. My bad. 15 USC 1615. For those that don't understand what the 15 represents truth in lending. All right, that's why it's imperative when you walk into these corporations. All right, some of the questions you can ask are y'all under truth in lending? All right, that's some of the basic things you need to ask them. Are y'all under truth in lending? Because if they say yes, now everything that's under truth in lending is a go. All right, we're at 15 USC 1615. All right, so it talks about prohibition on use of rules of 78 in connection with mortgage, refinancing, and other consumer loans. MGM Guns never known that. Oh, I thought you've been asking questions like for the purpose of asking it for beginners. You're not asking the question because you really asked that question, is you? Yeah, I remember your profile picture. All right, let's keep reading. All right, so it says A. All right, so it says A. So it says A, prompt refund of unearned interest. Let me pause right there. It says prompt refund of unearned interest. Prompt refund of unearned interest. So let's break that down. Does everybody know what the word prompt means? Does anybody know what the word prompt means? Means right now. A prompt refund of unearned interest. So who's supposed to get a refund of unearned interest? Yeah, prompt on time, like promptly. It's expeditiously. Yeah, exactly. All right, so remember, for those that's just tapping in, we had 15 USC 1615. Okay, so it says prompt refund of unearned interest required in general. All right, because a lot of folks, when we was talking about child support, they was like, that has nothing to do with child support. I'm like, but it says here, number one, it says in general, if a consumer prepays in full the finance amount under any consumer credit transaction. Let me ask y'all a question. Is child support a consumer credit transaction? Could it be considered a consumer credit transaction? I would go as far as to say, how can't it be considered a consumer credit transaction when you're dealing with consumers? So just think about that, family. So do y'all see how this covers all consumer credit transactions? But imagine reading this without understanding what it's saying. Imagine reading this trying to prove me wrong. You would just read this and say, man, I read that. It didn't say nothing about child support. It just said something about mortgages. And I'm like, my friend, did you not keep reading? It also said all consumer credit transactions. It says mortgages, and we don't read. Okay? Because how was that man or woman on child support if their social wasn't voluntarily given, which made that to be a consumer credit transaction? Because a consumer credit transaction is anytime you're dealing with a consumer's access number, which is the social. I'm reading for 15 USC 1615. 15 USC 1615. Prompt refund of unearned interest. In general, if a consumer, it don't say the bank, it says consumer. If a consumer prepays in full the finance amount under any consumer credit transaction, the creditor shall promptly refund any unearned portion of the interest charged to the consumer. Now we understand that this says creditor, so a lot of folks think, okay, who is the creditor? Are we the creditor in this situation or the banks? Right here, the banks are the acting creditors. Why? Because we gave them permission to act as creditors because we transferred a security interest. So since we gave them value, we had to also transfer some rights to them so they can make certain things happen. Okay? But the beautiful thing about it is we can revoke. All right? We can revoke rights as well. All right? So it says, the creditor shall promptly refund any unearned portion of the interest charged to the consumer. So let's say I call the bank right now and say, bank, how are you doing? I just had a couple questions. Who's the borrower and who's the creditor? The bank is going to say that you're the borrower, and then they're going to say that they're the creditor. I would take that small piece of information, use it against them, and link it with this 15 USC 1615, where it says that the creditor shall promptly refund any unearned interest to the consumer. So after they say that they're the creditors, I would then ask them, okay, great. So it says here, well, let me ask you this, are y'all under the truth of lending as well? They're going to say yes. And I say, okay, great. So I was reading in 15 USC 1615, where it talks about consumer loans. It said, if a consumer prepays in full the finance amount under any consumer credit transaction, the creditor, which you just said that you're the creditor, bank, shall promptly refund any unearned portion of the interest charge to the consumer. So what can we kind of have some type of dialogue about that? Is there a department that I can speak to about the interest that's involved with my contract? Because I don't want to leave any interest on the table when there's some things that I should be collecting. Y'all, that's an easy negotiation talk, family. Easy negotiation talk, family. Easy. All right? It's about getting into the conversation, asking the right question, and taking your time, not badgering them, not, hey, what about this? What about this? No, take your time. Let them talk. Let them talk. All right, so it says number 2, it says exception for refund of de minimis. No refund shall be required under paragraph 1 with respect to the prepayment of any consumer credit transaction if the total amount of the refund will be less than $1. So meaning, in any account that you have that's over $1, guess what they're supposed to do? Refund you, family. So is there anybody that's in here that provided their social and they're in an account that's less than $1? No, you are not. So that's literally Congress telling you you're supposed to be getting paid, family. That's literally what they're saying. I laughed when I seen that part. They said the only time you don't get a refund is if the amount is less than $1. Literally. Okay? Literally. All right? Now, remember, family, I'm going to say this. A lot of people think it's mandatory that you go to court to get a remedy. Now, I say that because I want people to understand the whole totality of the process. Meaning, worst case scenario, family, you might got to go to court. You might got to build a case. You probably got to sue. You probably got to exercise arbitration. All right? Now, when you do that, family, don't get alarmed. You got to know that system as well. You're going to have to know the rules and procedures of court, because rules and procedures of court has nothing to do with truth in lending. Rules and procedures of court has nothing to do with bills of exchange. Rules and procedures of court has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve Act. Okay? All right? So the thing is, you got to really think to yourself, I need to learn this administrative process. I also need to learn my court's legal procedures. So many people lose because they don't understand legal procedure and they think all they got to do is endorse a bill. Family, that's only going to get you to the door. You got to also know your legal procedures, family. Exactly, that's true. Literally, the better you are at articulating yourself to the corporation, family, you might not ever see court. When you can articulate yourself, not have any emotions, don't get mad, even though it's easier said than done. But when you can articulate yourself and literally tell them what you're trying to do, show them that you're coming with clean hands, show them that you're not trying to cheat the system, show them that you have rights and laws that you're trying to exercise, and you have proof of these rights. Like, literally, that's why when we was in school, family, it was a big thing of showing your work. Because when you show your work, family, that's the proof. Prove to us that this answer is right. Y'all can't tell me they didn't teach us nothing in public schools. The more I think about public schools, like literally, they gave us the foundation to learn this private information. But the problem is we stopped. We stopped. They showed us how to show our work. It showed us how to read. We had comprehension packages in social studies. Literally reading the passages, and then we had like 10 or 12 questions where you had to, okay, was Sally wrong for telling John no, for not taking his, okay, all kinds of stuff. All right, literally, it's all kinds of things in public school that we learn. We learn how to count. We learn how to read. All right, so we got to stop thinking about what we didn't get from public schools and use what we do have so we can build on that, family, because we can't go back in time and change what we learned from school, family. That's going to just be another excuse why you can't get it. Well, you know we didn't learn that in school. So many people say that. Yeah, bank people are everyday non-reading people. Trust and believe. There's some people that work at the bank right now that don't know nothing about interest. They'll tell you interest is what you pay back to the banks. Why are they saying that? Because they didn't read 15 USC 1615. They damn sure didn't read 12 USC 1431, where it states that the banks are the borrowers and they're the ones that's supposed to pay interest, family. It's literally on your contracts when it says the APR rate. It says how much the credit costs, how much your credit costs. Or it might say the cost of a credit. Yeah, the people at the bank don't know either. That's why it's imperative for us not to come with force, not to come uncivilized, not to come with a badgering energy. Literally, it's coming there and having a conversation. If they can't have the conversation, politely ask, okay, is there anybody here that can have this conversation with me? I kind of came a long way, and then I kind of want some answers about interest that's in my contract. You kind of sit down with a banker. Now, when you sit down with that banker, you gotta remember every point is like a pit stop. Every single department you go to is like a pit stop. All right, meaning they're gonna sit you down, or not quote unquote sit you down, but just stop you and ask you, okay, what is it that you want again? What is it you're trying to do? Because we're not understanding what you're saying. Now, going from level 1 to level 3, you might gotta articulate yourself even more on level 3, but you're saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, family. Y'all gotta know we're doing business, so with business, things are repetitive. Remember that. Since we are dealing with business, we have to get repetitive. Y'all gotta remember, we don't really gotta do a lot of different moves to get a basket. Like, we can just keep it simple. The moves has already been shown to us. People have already scored. Congress have already showed us what moves we need to do to score. But we want to add all this hot sauce, all this extra, literally just focus on what the instructions is telling you. Follow the instructions and see where it takes you, family. That's literally all you got to do. Whatever document it is you having issues with, or whatever tax document you having issues, read the instructions. Do y'all really think they put a system out here and they don't have instructions to the system? And if you don't feel like they do, I'm here to let you know it's probably you're not around the right folks, or you're just not tapped into the right information. All right, so a lot of people dropping a lot of codes, sub-chapters. All right, and you also remember, family, just because you did your private administrative process, sent your first, last, second, last, third letter, family, that means nothing. That means nothing. Okay? That means nothing. You can send a first letter, second letter, third letter. That means nothing, family. You still got to either A, exercise arbitration, or B, go file a court complaint and do it all over again. But this way it's through the court. A lot of people send their first letter, second, third letter, and they were like, well, I got them in default. Now they got to give me my car. Like, do y'all really think it's that simple? Somebody said, what if the bank changed due to buyout? You just said it. Buy out. Buy out, meaning they were bought out. Meaning your debts are paid. It's been bought out. No, arbitration isn't through the courts. Sometimes you might go sue somebody and you have arbitration in your contract, and the courts will see that and they'll revert you to arbitration and tell you to come back to court once y'all get it situated, or if y'all don't get it situated. Arbitration, if you want to learn more about arbitration, just type AAA.com. That's the arbitration. It should be American Arbitration Association, and literally it's going to give you all the information you need, family. There's outlets, there's resources out here. Again, that is the American Arbitration Association.com. Okay, look that up and just start reading the steps of exercising arbitration. Seeing what you got to do is a fairly simple process. But I would even say you can read your contract, because I'm sure your contract has an arbitration clause in your contract. One of the main things, one of the misconception about arbitration a lot of people have is if you go through arbitration, that means you can't sue, which is incorrect, family. If you go through arbitration, you can still sue if you don't get the results you want in arbitration. You just can't enter a class action lawsuit. can't enter a class action lawsuit if you exercise arbitration. But if you do exercise arbitration, you can still sue for an individual claim. It just can't be class action. All right, so I'm here to say, like, arbitration can definitely help, family. It's definitely a helper. Okay, but again, you have to read. You got to understand what's going on. You got to see what's good and what's bad. A lot of things that we think is bad is really good. For example, the IRS. All right, for example, arbitration. Does it cost to sue? No, it doesn't. It's free. But you got to fill out a waiver form to get the free litigation. Okay? Now, because if you don't know about that form, okay, it's going to be $400. I know in Florida, lawsuit, to start a lawsuit is like $400. It's like $420. All right, but there is a document. There is a indigent waiver. So you want to go to, I can't give you legal advice, but yeah, there's an indigent waiver. Ask them for that waiver so you can take it home and read it, because you're going to have to get a little creative. All right, they're going to want to know about your income. But you know, if you know anything, you don't make income. All right, you gotta read between the lines, okay? If you want some food stamps, you don't make income. It's all the same concept. It's repetitive, family. What y'all see is the same thing with everything. Man, the world gets bigger, but it gets smaller at the same time, but this information, you thought the world was so big. It is, but information make everything smaller. Like, everything is connected. Yeah, it's an indigent waiver. But they're going to ask you a question. A lot of y'all going to mess that waiver up, though. Y'all going to be like, I make 6 figures. I make. Because you're programmed to tell everybody how much you make. Y'all notice that? It's like we programmed to tell anybody how much. They be like, how much is your annual income? I'm like, damn. That's like private information. Then we got to show bank statements. Do y'all not know how? Do y'all not know how much of little children we are? We literally show banks pay stubs, bank statements, so they can give us our own money. Think about it. We show banks bank statements so we can get our own money. And why do y'all think it's such a big thing? Because we're doing it. Some of us are still doing it. Once I got approved without showing any bank statements, that's when I knew, okay, this is a negotiation game. This is a negotiation game. Somebody said if you work, you can't get food stamps if you make too much. Let's just say, if there is a will, there's a way. It's all about how creative you get. Some people may look at that as a negative. Who cares? I'm sure Warren Buffett has food stamps. I'm sure Bill Gates has food stamps. I'm sure Jeff Bezos has food stamps. I'm more than positive Donald Trump has food stamps. Because why wouldn't I utilize my free food stamps voucher? I just wouldn't report income. Reporting income is voluntarily anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's voluntarily. That's not mandatory, y'all. It's not mandatory for you to tell corporations you like that, y'all family. That's not meant that. Wherever corporation is telling y'all that in this law, it's a lie. These corporations be lying, saying this law, you gotta tell us. Y'all, they be lying. You do not have to tell them that. All right, now you can't just go to them and be like, I don't gotta tell you that. You gotta give a reason of why you don't gotta tell them because of this, of this. You can't just say, I don't gotta tell you. You can't just sound like a teenager. Okay, you gotta sound like an adult. But you don't have to report income. Okay? You don't make income. Yeah. I know, like I say, a lot of wealthy folks have EBT, family, because only the lower folks thought EBT was for the lower folks because we didn't understand about what write-offs were. We didn't understand about claiming certain credits with the IRS. We didn't understand that. All right, but a lot of people are tapping in. That's why I say this is the best time to be in, because so much information is being thrusted out here for us to literally go dive into. All right, literally, so much information is right here at our fingertips, family. You're supposed to be eating for free. If you got lungs if you got air in your lungs, you're supposed to be eating. All right, utilizing your government benefits, family. We all have government benefits. A lot of us hear the word government assistance and instantly hear poor. No, because you have government assistance through your government name, which makes you have government benefits, okay? All right, if you got a government name, you are entitled to government benefits, but you waive your government benefits when you get out here and start resorting your life into making income, okay? That's why you waive. That's why you can't get food stamps and make high income, because they're like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you making high income when we're literally telling you you get free food, you can go get you a house, you get you a car, because by law you have the right to do that. So why are you going out here and working? Yes, you do have the right to work. All right, it got so bad. We had women say, I don't want to be housewives no more. I want to work too. Like literally, we in double trouble. We in double trouble. Like, man, what? I was at a job. We worked 12 hours. Man, I thought it was a dude beside me. It was a whole woman. I'm like, why is she here? This is man's work. But you see, that's bad talking to our now generation. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, well, women can do what men can do. Why do you want to do what we thought we had to do? Let me say that again, because that just blew my mind. Why do you want to do what we thought we had to do? Man. Talk about a woman's movement. Imagine a woman wanting to be like the men and the men is uninformed. So you got the women following the uninformed men trying to be like men. What is going on? Yeah, I know you don't gotta stay home and just be. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying imagine being informed, claiming your interests, moving around with your babies. Yeah, y'all let them big ass, masculine ass women fool y'all into working hard. Now you got women out here independent. Now you got women that ain't independent, but now they got to be independent because that's just how the dynamic is now. Who we need to blame it on? Susan B. Anthony? I could be getting that wrong, but yeah. All right. Just imagine women wanted to work like men, and men wasn't even supposed to be damn working. We are the laughing stock on this planet, family. Okay, gotta be. We got, man. I know when you watch Our Nation, it has to be on Comedy Central, cause ain't no way this many people is making around $37,000 damn dollars, and they are trust babies. This is the wealthiest, poorest country you could probably set your feet on. You literally walking around people that are wealthy as hell, but they walk around with a broke mentality. It's the craziest, scariest movie. It's actually a funny, scary movie because after you get done laughing. It's kind of scary though, but it ain't too scary not to laugh, okay? Because when you start, the reason why it's okay to laugh because it's our faults. You see what I'm saying? It's not like there's a masculine power that's stopping us from doing. No, it's us. We get off work, kick our shoes off, cut on Sports Center, or cut Netflix on, cut our favorite show on. You know, that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. Yeah, go get y'all some food stamps, man. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all know people been getting food stamps for years. Now imagine the people that say, I don't want to get a job because I just want to get food. Family, we're not telling you not to have revenue coming in. I'm saying learn your rights and go get your food stamps while you learn your rights. Because a lot of people say, how am I going to eat if I don't make money? Go get you some food stamps. Get you some food stamps. Somebody said, what should we say to get food? I can't give you legal advice, family. You gotta kind of read between the lines of what I'm saying. You don't got your income is voluntary. You gotta read the food stamp application. Just go read it and see what it says. It's very self-explanatory. Down at the county. Food stamps? Yeah. Yeah, for sure, family. Yeah, I'm sure if I'm a foreigner, okay, let me just show you how easy it is to set up shop in America, family. Because this is how easy, because this is the land of the free, if you're informed. So if I don't know anything, that's why so many people they bite tooth and nails to get here, because they know once they get here, they can set up shop. Because all I gotta do is go get me a EIN. All right, they may give me a civilian number, not a civilian number, but they might give me an EIN to do business with. All right, after I get the EIN, I can literally take that EIN and go get a no-doc loan. All right, why? Because there's a lot of businesses out here, well, banks out here that are, by law, they have to give small businesses loans. Because banks, why are you holding the money? This money is for the small business owners. Okay, so you can literally set up shop, family, by not having nothing. But as long as your paperwork is together, family, you can create. All right, that's the beautiful thing about being in the United States. All right, because you can create credit. And you don't need cash to create credit. All right, you can get that immediately. Okay, literally. Alright. Yeah, like literally, a lot of foreigners come over here, set up shop. Because you gotta remember, they're entitled to the same rights we're entitled to. So imagine if they come over here informed, they see that, okay, since I got my EIN, I'm a citizen now. Alright, so I'm entitled to all the consumer rights that we all get. Alright, so I'm entitled to a house. I'm entitled to a car. I'm entitled to a business loan. I'm entitled, you see what I'm saying? But the thing is, the people that's already here have been asleep for so long, they don't really understand how and why these foreigners are coming over here, setting up shop, getting lit, getting the family together, and then going back home. And you know, like, y'all, it's really, I'm not gonna say it's hard, but it's really simple if you really think about how they're moving. And now that I know how they're moving, I'm like, I agree. Like I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I used to go, oh my God, they're taking all our jobs. Oh my God. I'm like, you should be working anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so much credit. First of all, it's so much land here, fam. We don't really understand how big this land mass is. Okay. The problem is a lot of people is bunching up in small ass cities. You know, it's like, what they say, 3 million people that live in Chicago. That's a lot of people. Okay. But when you drive around, I done drove all over this country. I done drove from South Carolina to Seattle. I done drove from California to Georgia, Texas to North Dakota to back down to Texas. I done been through cities or towns that's literally dead. Like, I ain't gonna say dead. It just doesn't have a lot of activity. All right, but when you go to big cities, it's so clustered, so flooded, so all right. And it's like, damn, why don't everybody just spread out? Y'all ever drove through Nebraska? Y'all ever drove through Kansas? Okay, South Dakota, y'all, it's straight land out there, like just land for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Okay? I said LLCs is the way to go. I mean, it's a process. I mean, yeah, it's a process. It's a process. All right, so we're going to go live tomorrow, family. We're going to go live tomorrow, me and Dev Hawk, to talk about some child supports. Make sure y'all stay tuned tomorrow, okay? Remember, family, start reading your contracts. If you haven't read your contract, start reading them now. You can read some of the acts that we talked about in this live. I'll post this live up as well. Okay, there's a lot of information out here, family. Please don't be waiting around for what, because what are you waiting for? Okay, take advantage of the discounted classes. Again, you can get all my classes for a bundle price of $300 right now. Or if you don't want to do that, you can get each one of my classes for $88. All right, shout outs to Instagram. We reached 88,000 followers. We're at 91 now, but we'll do another discount at 100K followers. Okay, make sure y'all reading. Make sure y'all share the page. All right, we're on YouTube as well, TikTok. Okay, the information is available, family. Please don't sleep. Please don't try to act like you can't find information. The information is right in front of you. All right, make sure y'all tap in. Remember, August 10th, August 11th is the child support class. September, mentorship. If you do not pay, your spot is not reserved, family. Okay, on the Eventbrite, just because you sign up with Eventbrite does not mean you have a spot. You just reserve the waiting list. The waiting list is over. So if you don't pay for your spot, you don't have a spot. All right, so September mentorship, we got 8 spots left for that. All right, for those that are interested in that, shoot me a DM. Mentee, if you are ready to go ahead and reserve your spot. That means payment as well, not just saying I'm interested. All right, now we love that y'all are interested. All right, but we're getting to the point we got to get the number that we're going to get so we can go ahead and plan this schedule. Because I already know what's going to happen. Folks going to try to wait till September and say, is it too late? Can I go ahead and... Family, we already have the schedule in. Now you have to be subjected to whatever schedule that we come up with. So I truly advise folks to go ahead and get it in, family. Get this information in before Christmas. All right, I don't even celebrate Christmas. I'm just saying, y'all, get this information in before December. Get this information in before January. All right, because by the time all that stuff starts hitting, you're going to be informed. All right, this is the best time to be alive, family. I promise you. If anybody born after this, I ain't going to say it's a bad, I'm just saying right now is the best time. All right, this moment right now is the best moment to ever be alive in history. In history. Yeah, there's a UK Bill of Exchange. I see some people asking about UK. There's a UK Bill of Exchange for sure. For sure. UK Bill of Exchange. Canadian Bill of Exchange as well. All right. But yeah, that's what it is, family. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all stay due diligent. All right. For those that are ready for this mentorship, make sure you DM me, mentee, if you're ready. For those that are ready to sign up for the child support class, August 10th, August 11th, with me and Dev Hawk, that link is in the bio, and you can go ahead and grab that right now. All classes are discounted right now, family, all the way up to next Monday. So go ahead and take advantage of those. Make sure I'm not missing nothing. We already talked about the next in-person class. Most likely it's going to be in New York. We're trying to figure out a date for that. Maybe in September, maybe in October. But we definitely going to hit up New York. Right after that, we're going to hit up Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, so make sure y'all stay tuned with all announcements, all messages, all posts. All right, we have we got about 9,000 emails. Well, basically members of our email team. Okay, and all y'all are receiving emails, so make sure you pay attention to your emails coming from Hood Consumer Advisor or email coming from Eventbrite, family. Okay, don't miss any emails if you are a part of any of the programs that we have. We do have a subscription that's going to be available to the public, where literally you pay a monthly subscriptions and we meet 4 times a week. Okay, so we are gonna have that available as well. So that's gonna be like my first like group that I'll have, like monthly group. Okay, so that's coming as well. So stay tuned, family. A lot of information coming. But until then, make sure y'all study, read. Make sure y'all do whatever you got to do to get into these classes. Mentorship is $2,000, family. Okay, so it's not play money. Okay, so remember, if I'm investing $2,000 in something, I'm investing my whole time. So I ain't playing. All right, if I'm investing $2,000, I'm not playing with the person I'm giving that money to. Okay, because I should be receiving 50 times that, and you will with that information. Okay, so with that being said, y'all, peace, love, y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.